Yo, what is going on, Steeler Nation? We are back again with another episode of the Steel Factory podcast. I think this is episode 3 of season 2. How we doing, gentlemen?
I'm doing good. Good week of camp,
man.
Good week of camp, guys. How does it feel to finally make it through your last full week without Steeler football? I mean, besides the bye week, like in 3 months. How's it feel?
I don't know
Feels
if I
good.
can cope. It's
Cope. It's been
it's-
a long off season, man.
This has been the light at the end of the tunnel right here.
I think this is just why we actually watch preseason, because of just how long it feels. It feels like you're just that desperate. You're fucking watching camp bodies, practice squad guys just go at it on.
Preseason's a lot like a non-alcoholic beer, I feel.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting back into the regular season game day routine. I'm gonna be working on some things this preseason. What about you guys?
I've got my routine down. I think I shotgun 2-3 beers before every quarter. It keeps me loose and focused.
How much are you gonna be doing in the preseason? You're gonna be at that pace already, or?
Nah, I build up to it. I chug. Maybe one, and then by the fourth quarter, I can chug 2. But
So
it's a natural. It's a natural progression.
You're just continuing on.
What about Chewy?
I'm working on my deck hip thrusts before every game, just going out in the yard and just getting warmed up like players.
Like that. How about that one Drew Brees one? Was it Drew Brees or it was Russell Wilson when he was injured?
foul?
And there was like a video of him fucking like acting like he was on the line of scrimmage, even though there was nobody. And
Was that before the Sunday night game against us?
yeah, against us. I think they got footage of him and he's like talking to himself at the line. One thing I'm excited about is actually fuck, I'm gonna get it real quick.
Oh fuck! What is it? What could it be?
I got the album that Renegade's on vinyl over the off season. I'm looking forward to waking up at like 6 a.m. and just fucking putting it on full blast. Yeah, that's one thing I think I'm gonna start this season. Hopefully it brings some luck.
Fuck! All right, you're way more legit than me, dude. I only have it on. I just have it on Spotify. I can't.
Yeah, I gotta search it up on Spotify. I don't even have it saved.
Yeah, I was at the record store like fucking probably way back in February, and I don't know what it was. I think I didn't even mean to like look for it. I think I just randomly saw it because I had it on my Apple Music, and I knew like I think I remembered what the album cover looked like, and I saw it and I was like, shit, and it was like $10, and I'm like, fuck it, you know what? I probably won't even listen to the rest of the album, but just to have that one song, yeah, I think I'm gonna be doing that, and then we'll be crushing a few beers. I might try to do the Russell Wilson, at the line of scrimmage. While in place.
I heard
a
Heinz Field. I heard Heinz Field uses the vinyl version of
Do they really?
that song too. Oh yeah.
Oh, I feel like
So
I think
it'll
I'm
be like
gonna-
you're right there,
What
but
if I walked in and just be like, you know what? I think my version is better. My copy, it's fresher, not as used. You might need to use mine and charge them, put my money back on mine, and then take the old one.
maybe the Acrisure PA system hits a little different though. No.
Yeah, hopefully, bro. What's Acrisure paying? Like 15 mil a year, 10 mil a year? Oh, they better be upgrading shit.
Do we use vinyl because we're broke or because it's to be
I
to get it
the vinyl,
the classic feel?
I think the vinyl version is always supposed to sound better. It's just a matter of you having like the equipment to actually make it like noticeable. Like the speaker
I heard they use
systems.
vinyls. I heard they use vinyls because they can't afford a MacBook for their PA system.
They brought over the same system from Three Rivers, huh?
Hey man, that speaker system saw a lot of AFC Championship wins.
That's true.
But moving on, all right, let's get into how camp went this week. Enough fortune around here. Let's get into the nitty gritty, because we finally saw them in pads this week. In the second week, we saw Tomlin have an interesting approach to the QB competition, in terms of giving first team, second team, third team reps. Who wants to like read off how it went day by day? Let's fucking do it.
That's all you, man.
All right. So day one, hear me out here. Pickett got the second team reps over Rudolph for Monday and Tuesday. Anything there? How were your reactions to that?
I think. No, go ahead, bud.
I think I heard Pickett had like a really great week compared to his first one, so it's nice to see him progressing up
I
in
was
that.
so relieved. I had to get his jersey. I saw like, oh, this is Pickett's best day of camp so far. All right, that was enough. All right, I'm gonna get it now. I'm excited. Because I feel like I lagged it. I should have got it day one. I'm not a real fan. Um, but then Tomlin immediately just flips the switch and he's like, you know what, Mason, you're gonna be playing with the ones now on Wednesday. And then Mitch played with the twos. Kenny back with the threes. And then I think the rest of the week, not Mitch. Yeah, Mitch played with the ones, and Mason and Kenny alternated the twos and threes. What are your thoughts on this? Do you really think that? Because I saw a report today, if I remember, put the tweet on the screen. I'm still doing a shitty job, like copy pasting the tweets.
This will be a nice little clip.
I saw a tweet that was like, you know what? I forgot who reported this, but they're like, there's a QB competition, but it's not for the starting job. It's for the second string, and it's between Mason and Kenny. What are your thoughts on that?
I think that's fair. I mean, Mason's probably gonna be a little bit more polished. He's probably gonna run the game a little bit better, but I don't think he has. I think we're seeing his ceiling.
We've
Right.
seen Mason's ceiling.
But honestly, if we don't see Kenny at the 2 by season's end, it's gonna be pretty worrying.
All right, if Kenny's not getting a jersey at the minimum at the start of the year, I'm gonna be really disappointed and worrisome. And also the fact that we didn't end up trading fucking Mason, because I feel like that's just gonna be the best case scenario for both parties, just parting ways like that. And yeah, man, I mean, eventually, I mean, everyone's hope is as preseason goes along, there's gonna be injuries, unfortunately. Hopefully not on our end, but on another team's end. It's kind of fucked up, but yeah. Hopefully, someone out there is about to get injured. Hopefully, Mason ends up getting shipped there, and we get a 5th-round pick. Hopefully, fingers crossed for Mason. I think that's the ideal scenario. I think we kind of been preaching this all off season, right?
Yeah, that's a dream.
It's the dream, man.
It's a dream.
Early
Let
day
Kenny be the backup.
for Mason. But there's also like the other argument. It's just like Mason is gonna look better because he's been in the system the most. Mitch is also supposed to look better because this is his 6th training camp.
Yeah. So
And Kenny, you'd think Kenny would look good because he's a 1st-round pick. I mean, Mitch is a 1st-round pick too. That's harder. I don't know, man. It's weird that there really hasn't been a noticeable separation between the 3 quarterbacks, and it's starting to get worrisome.
I mean, I think
You think all 3 look good or all 3 look average?
I think it's positive. Like if Kenny looks average amongst like Mason and Mitch, it's like it's not bad.
Right? Yeah.
It's not bad. Yeah,
I would take that. For a rookie, you take that, I think.
exactly. Like even though Kenny was probably gonna be the most like pro ready quarterback of
And that's what's frustrating
the
to see.
draft.
Like, why has he not gotten any burn with the ones yet? If this guy was supposed to be QB or not QB, NFL ready, why is Tomlin putting him with the 3s and 2s? At least one day with the ones. I want to see that, and I want to see his stats. I want to see the highlights. Pickens is a dog out there with Mitch throwing him the ball. I want to see Kenny throwing the ball. But yeah, I mean, I go on and on about me wanting to see Kenny play with the ones, but I think it's really interesting. We'll get into it in a little bit. The breakdown, apparently, the reported breakdown for how the reps will be going for the first preseason game. But moving on, we had some interesting news this week. We had the Deontay contract extension, which we got into in another video, a little side video, a little breaking news video. But we also had a Boswell 4-year extension. Any thoughts on this?
I think it's good. We got him locked up. I think who the fuck is the kicker for the Ravens just got an extension to day 2?
Yeah,
he
he
did
got
today?
$1 million more.
How much?
Tucker got 4 for 24, and Boswell got 4 for 20.
Yeah, I believe when Boswell signed it a week ago today's Monday the 8th, Boswell was tied with Tucker as the highest paid kicker in NFL history, and then
Yeah.
I guess Tucker had to go one up him. today.
So we signed him at the perfect time, pretty much.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad we got the Boswell deal done. I mean, he's been top 3 kicker his whole time he's been here, except for that one awkward year in 2018 where I think he did cost us a playoff spot. What
I
was
think a lot of people had a bad year. Though.
Yeah.
that was a terrible year. I think that was, I don't know. That was a weird year. That was the year AB walked out.
AB's last
Bell
ride.
was locked. Bell was holding out, never came through the whole time, and then that was a really weird year. But yeah, I think what was Boswell's like? I think someone did the numbers, and if they excluded that year, Boswell had like the highest make field goal
Accuracy, right?
accuracy. Yeah, out of anyone in history, if you take out that one year. And that year was a really weird outlier. I think it came out at the end that he was kicking with an injury the whole time, right?
Yeah, that's what I remember. I remember like he had like I don't know, like something with his groin, I think.
It was a groin. It was something weird in the leg, and you know what? Fuck it. You know, he bounced back the next year. He's had what the record for the highest field goal at Heinz or Acrisure. The longest field goal in Steeler history. Was it the Cowboys game in 2020? He kicked like what was it? Was it a 63-yarder?
Really? I don't know.
Really?
I want to
thought it was
say I want to
58.
say he got.
Then at 58.
Was it 58? No, I thought 58 was the highest at Heinz, and that
Heinz.
was last year.
Maybe
No,
I
it
don't
was
remember
he
the
did a
Cowboys.
59-yarder against the Cowboys in 2020, and then I think he set the record at Heinz.
I'm pretty sure 58 at Heinz.
It was 56 at Heinz.
56.
Yeah, against was it the Raiders? I think it was against the Raiders, September 19th, 2021.
Sounds about right. Week 2.
Yeah, that was a week 2 game. But yeah, I mean the guy setting the records for the Steelers. Knows what he'll do next year. I hope I'm glad we have him locked up for the next 4 years. How old is he gonna be after these 4 years?
I mean, I don't think it really matters. Kickers
30
are
right now.
I mean, yeah, Vinatieri kicked till he's like 50, right?
what was it, like
So, like,
44 or something?
Something like that, right?
Boswell's 31.
He's 31.
Right now,
So at the end of this, he'll be 35. He'll be due for another. Right. That's
Another-
good.
Yeah,
That's
probably.
good though. I'm happy for Boswell. I just remember when he first came in, right? We had the who was that reject that was kicking for us
Sweetum?
for a couple of weeks? No, Sweetum was
Sweetum,
good.
who-
He was with us for Super Bowl 45, but then
It was the guy from the Jaguars.
he tore.
Oh,
Swiss. How do you pronounce it? Sweetum.
it's Weesum, yeah.
Sweetum. He tore his ACL in a preseason game and his career ended, right? And then we got some
Fuck.
other dude. This was like
Josh
what,
Scobie.
2015? Josh Scobie. Oh my
Scobie.
god! Remember how many? Dude, how bad were his stats?
Whatever, it doesn't matter, dude. Fuck that.
No, I just
Yeah.
remember Boswell. We were at his first game as a Steeler, actually. Remember, Chewy?
Oh, against the Chargers, right?
Yeah, that Charger Monday night game when Bell walked off. Boswell had gotten signed that week, and we actually saw him kick his first. Damn, bro, time flies. That was 7 years ago already. You know, this guy just got
We
like.
saw Mason's first start, too.
Fuck that game, bro. I remember how pissed we were because like it was the week before Ben like tore his elbow or whatever, and then we're like, all right, let's see this fucking Mason kid, and then was it James Conner that fumbled that game away? Bro,
It was Minka's first game as a Steeler, too.
Dude,
Fuck
that's
that.
crazy. I remember that game for that.
That was 7 years ago?
No, that Niner game was what 4 years ago now. That was
3
no,
years
3
ago.
years, 2019. No, but Boswell's first game was 7 years ago now. Damn. Time flies,
The
man.
Michael
Time
Vick era.
flies. What happened?
The Michael Vick era.
Hey, Michael Vick. Bro,
Those were good years.
hey, would you take Landry Jones over Mason right now?
Prime Landry, yeah.
Prime Landry?
Brian
He got down.
Landry. Because I just remember like Vick was struggling a lot, and then Landry Jones came in and just fucked the Cardinals. Remember that? That one game.
Would you take
Oh.
Charlie Batch over Trubisky right now?
I'm taking
Batch?
prime Charlie Batch, handing off to Barry Sanders over Mitch Trubisky any day of the week. I might take him over Kenny too.
I mean, Prime Charlie Batch fucking beat the Super Bowl champ Ravens. Straight up.
Oh yeah, dude, that was a crazy game. So you remember that one picture of him hugging Ben on the sideline hit different. I think
That was a Sunday night game too, huh?
It was like a Monday or Sunday nighter, right? I think Charlie ended up retiring after that year too, right?
That's fair.
I think I remember that.
I'd leave on a high note too.
Yeah. We've had a lot of good backup quarterbacks up until like the last 3-4 years.
Byron left, which was a problem.
Byron left, which is a main problem. He was our OC right now. Holy shit.
Who does he OC for?
Tom
The
Brady.
Buccaneers?
Oh my god. Fuck.
It's Tom Brady older than Byron Leftwich right now?
Yeah, he is.
Fucking shit. How about the one stat where it's like, Calvin Johnson went to high school, went to college, had his whole NFL career, got inducted into the NFL or into the Hall of Fame.
The Hall of Fame.
Tom Brady's career.
That's crazy.
Oh, it's fucking mind
Could we
blowing.
get Tom to OC for us?
Yeah, no, dude. Tom Brady already has a job lined up after he retires. With like, was it Fox?
It's like a $300 million.
It was Fox,
contract,
right? And apparently he's gonna end up making more than he did his whole career with that contract.
Yeah, gonna be rich.
That'd be fucking.
Fuck. I remember people were pissed about that.
Why? Nah. I mean, I can see why. I would. I'm not though. I don't give.
Because Fox would have to take some losers off the payroll. It's like, if you can't cut it, you can't cut it.
They took Aikman and Buck off the payroll, right?
Oh, they didn't want to pay him.
Oh, that's pretty interesting, actually.
They'll probably go to like Amazon
Aikman
or
and
something.
Buck are on. They're on Amazon, right? They're on the Thursday
No,
night.
they're Monday Night Football.
Oh, hell
shit.
yeah. Actually, I'll take that. Monday night crew has been peak the last few years.
So they
It's a
went
big
at-
upgrade.
They went at ESPN?
The both of them, yeah, they went.
That's
Shit.
And then,
That's not bad.
Amazon got Al Michaels and Kirk Herbstreit for Thursday night.
Oh, Al Michaels
Something.
didn't retire. I
Nah.
thought he just retired. Oh wow, he left NBC for that. And then
Well, they wanted to put Tarico in.
yeah, I saw them. They kind of like slowly put Tarico in. Tarico's been good. He was one of the reasons the Monday night was good for a while. I mean, John Gruden.
They were solid.
Collinsworth is Collinsworth. I don't need to go into that. But these are actually some really good lineups that I'm actually looking forward to. Monday night.
I
is
can't
gonna be
wait.
Good again. Sunday
I
night's
can't
always
wait
been
for us to
solid.
be good.
Oh yeah.
Once we get a couple primetime games and we're like actually a good team, we're going to hit different.
People were bitching that we got like 5 primetime games again this year, right? They were mad. They're like, why are the Steelers getting like tied for the most primetime games this year? They're not even gonna make the playoffs. Nah,
We're the
but-
biggest fan base.
yeah,
Fact.
we have a big pool, dude. I'm getting excited. I mean, I'm ready to start practicing my game day routines now.
I shotgun 2-3 beers right now. Fuck it. Iron Cities.
I wish. I'm hungover as fuck. Dude, it is a terrible day. I woke up sick, not sick, but just just your stomach's all twisted after drinking alcohol. Anyways, on a further news, let's talk about the fights that broke out in practices today. How about all the hostility? These guys are grinding. We had a little scuffle on Tuesday between Hayward and Benny Snell. I thought that was a weird fight. Is Benny Snell even gonna end up like being the backup?
Not if he keeps going at Hayward.
I think McFarlane was like showing up this week in practice.
McFarlane has
That's what I
been
heard.
showing up. I've heard that. I've heard reports of that. I want to get into the running back discussion, but I haven't really done much research. That hasn't really been up there. Everyone's just microscope on the QB situation, but we'll talk about the running backs after. That's one thing I'm gonna look for in the preseason game because that's something that you gotta watch and you can't really like read into. Then after I think that same day on Tuesday we had TJ versus Calvin Austin. How about Calvin Austin? How about the little fella going at the defensive player of the year? We got some dogs on this team. I'm looking forward to that.
You think Pickens talked him into it?
Bro, dude, this is what happens when you room with Pickens, huh?
He probably
I know.
instigated it.
Pickens was probably telling him, like, hey, yo, TJ real quick. I got your back.
He's
Just
probably
walked
saying, yo, I heard TJ said you're small. And then he went up to TJ and said, Calvin Austin said you're a bitch.
So Pickens is instigating. Hey, I want that picture of him with the double cup. True was all gassed up about that one.
The cereal
The
soup.
cereal is soup. Hey, is the cereal a soup? What do you think?
I think it is.
I don't
That's why I was
think it
gassed
is.
up for Pickens.
Yeah, I think
It's not a
it is
soup.
too, right? It's a cold soup. It's a breakfast soup.
Is there cold soups? Name one other cold soup.
Let's break it down right now. What are the top three times of day to have a bowl of cereal?
Night is
3
first.
a.m. is number one.
I think that nighttime bowl of cereal when you're kind of hungry and you don't want to go to bed on empty stomach's top one, right? And then
Yeah,
number
that
And
is-
number two,
you
obviously,
still throw down half the box. Yeah.
You get an
obviously-
extra bowl. Yeah.
yeah. And then I think the second best time is breakfast, right?
Probably, yeah.
I think, and then the third time is like random as a random snack during the day.
I don't know about during the day.
You don't
Maybe if
have
it's
that
cold
random bowl of cereal during the day.
Maybe if it's cold out.
What's your top three cereals though?
CT Crunch was number one for sure.
CT Crunch is one for sure. I think I gotta give it to Cocoa Pebbles after that,
Cocoa Pebbles pretty good.
and then
Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Fuck yeah. That's probably the best
that's
one.
top one for sure.
It's the best one. Every time I have a bowl, I'm like, this shit's fucking so good. It's
Dude,
ridiculous.
that's like the one cereal. Like you can't just have one.
Yeah, you
Like
gotta
why
get
have
back.
one when you could have two? Why have two when you could have 10?
It's always really nice
And why
when
have
you
10 when you could have the whole box?
I think what's really good is when you have Cocoa Pebbles and you have the chocolate milk and you put the CT Crunch into the
Oh wait,
chocolate milk.
To say Cocoa Puffs, not Cocoa Pebbles. Cocoa Puffs are solid too.
Nah, Cocoa Pebbles are better.
I like Puff.
What?
I think we were raised on the Puffs.
Yeah. What's the third though? What's the third best?
It's the same shit though. It's just different texture for Cocoa
Yeah.
Puffs and Pebbles. I gotta go. I gotta give it to Honey Nut Cheerios. At the
Nah,
three spot.
fucking Pops, dude.
Nah,
Pops?
Black. That's why.
You don't like Pops?
Nah.
What are those?
The
It's like
ones
the yellow one.
that no one buys.
the corn pops, right?
Yeah.
Was that the one that had the Star Wars lightsabers with it back in the day? Do you remember? For episode 3, those are the ones, right?
They probably did.
Maybe. You know what it is,
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that they had the Star Wars lightsabers back.
dude. Corn Pops are fucking sick.
I don't see those that often. Not gonna lie.
What else is there? I've heard Crave are really good. I've never had Crave.
Lucky Charms. Lucky Charms is in the wild card. Honorable mention in there for sure.
It's up there.
It's up there.
Frosted Flakes is solid.
Frosted Flakes was a solid one.
It's a nice little go-to, like at a hotel or something. You never feel bad about Frosted
Fruit
Flakes.
Loops. That's a good one to have at a hotel. I feel like Fruit Loops is the one that has you'll see at a hotel.
What else?
Tricks.
Nah.
That's always been the
Nah.
wackest one. I feel like every time I've had that, and I could probably count on one hand how many times I've had that. Not good. But enough of fucking ranking cereals, all right?
Oh, Reese's Puffs.
Reese's Puffs. That's
Reese's
a good
Puffs are
one.
fucking good.
Solid one. I gotta
Captain
put that
Crunch,
one in an A tier for sure. Moving on. Speaking of Pickens, with the bold statement that we agree with of cereal being a soup, he wanted to have a stare down with an All-Pro, another player that actually got a really nice payday this offseason. Hey, and I'll read it as it goes. Steelers rookie George Pickens intense in practice. After missing one route, he caught the next 4, including a couple of combat catches. He stared at Minka and others who gave him grief and said, "Don't say S word," with a serious face at 93.7 The Fan. Guys,
I think it's don't say shit.
yeah, I just didn't want to say shit.
Shit.
Fuck.
Anyways, guys, Pickens is the dog, man.
He's about that life.
He's about that life. He talks the talk and walks the walk more than anyone
Are we gonna
else.
Are we gonna get a Pickens Minka fight pretty soon? I wouldn't be surprised week 2 at camp. We see it.
Bro, week 3. This is a crazy way to start week 3.
Oh, week 4 at camp. My bad.
This is week 3. Right?
Oh, week
this
3.
Monday.
Alright.
I'm counting
Yeah.
because
I think week 1 was like a half week, right?
week 1 was like a half week with no pads. Week 2 was first week of pads, and then they're on to week 3 now, leading up to the first season game. The gentlemen, I'm calling this show, the Steel Factory Podcast, as the number 1 place for the ultimate George Pickens circle jerk. Best receiver in the draft. I've heard a GM report. I heard a report today that one NFL GM said that he was the best receiver in the draft, and he was the 11th receiver picked in the draft. Guys,
That's crazy.
I want to let's throw it out there now. Let's say it right now, right before the first preseason game. what are your predictions for George Pickens' stat line this year? Because I already have him starting or higher in the depth chart than Chase Claypool. I did see one thing too, that Chase Claypool, that Brandon Marshall pulled him aside. He's like, you got a lot of raw talent, kid. You just gotta get your fucking head out your ass.
Didn't he do the Macarena?
I'm paraphrasing, but apparently that's why Claypool was in the film room with Brandon Marshall a lot this offseason. But moving on aside, let's get into this prediction right here. We'll start with Chewy. We'll work top to bottom here. By the way it is on my screen. George Pickens' stat line for 2022 season. Go.
I'll go 1,100 yards, 73 receptions, and 9 touchdowns. And 1 rushing touchdown for the memes.
Junior, you go for it.
All right, I'm going to say 84 receptions, 1050 yards, 10 touchdowns, and 3 rushing touchdowns. And as soon as Fanatics has another sale, I'm going to cop a Pickens jersey. Let it be said right here, right now.
I'm going to go with a nice 69 on the receptions. I'm going to go 1122 yards. So 1,122 on the yards. We're setting receiving
Dick,
yards.
you might as well say 1101 and fuck with Chewy.
Fuck.
Wait, how much Chewy say? 1,100?
I said 1,100, yeah.
Oh, 11. I'm gonna say 1122. And I'm gonna go with how many touchdowns did Claypool have his rookie?
He had 4 in 1 game, right?
What?
That
That's
was
cheating.
a monster game.
You can't do research. We just went off the dome. That's bullshit.
Motherfucker. I'm gonna go with 14 touchdowns, 12 receiving, 2 rushing.
Respect. All right.
Yeah. This is the number one place, for George Pickens fan base.
We're the Pickens fan club.
Can I give you a bold prediction?
Yeah.
Pickens will end up starting 1 game at corner this season once we're our corners.
This season.
And I have a pick 6. Put me in, coach.
Man, I would love to see Pickens punt return, but he doesn't have the frame for it. He always have a guy that's shorter.
I think that will only be true if there's a Hail Mary play. It's like, fuck it, dude.
Throw your best.
Even then, they'd probably put Claypool in before.
Claypool's not that smart to be playing defense.
How about this? How about this bold prediction? Pickens is gonna receive an onside kick this year, and when we're kicking it off, he's gonna be on the hands team and he's gonna get the ball.
That's a solid pick, yeah.
And how bad has like onside kick percentages have been lately, right?
I feel like no one ever attempts them anymore.
Yeah, but we're gonna attempt a couple, and Pickens is gonna recover.
All right, bold prediction: Pickens has double-digit rushes.
I can see that.
Rushing.
Yeah, Matt Canada.
Especially Matt Canada. I
could see Calvin Austin.
Sometimes we're handing off, we're little pitch to the front, so that counts as a pass, not a rush.
Yeah. I think Calvin Austin will get a lot of rushes.
We're gonna have a few reverses.
Yeah, Claypool will too.
Dude, Claypool executed that so well his rookie year, and it just completely fell off by the end of that last season into this past season. End of 2020, and then all of 2021, it did not go well. I think part of it was just how much our O-line fell apart. But yeah, man, we're gonna get into our little preview of the first preseason game now. We have the Seahawks coming into Acrisure Stadium on Saturday. And we had an interesting report that Andrew Filipponi put out today. So two Steelers sources expect for the first. This is basically a breakdown of how the reps are going to be divided up for this first preseason game with the quarterback. So we're going to have Trubisky starting the first quarter. Someone said that it would be only 3 series. So maybe that extends past the first quarter. Then we'll have Rudolph taking over for the second and third quarter, and Pickett getting only the fourth quarter. And both sources expected Rudolph to get the most playing time out of the 3. Any surprises here?
I'm surprised that I was expecting Kenny to get the whole second half.
I did too. I'm actually really sad that that's not happening. I hope maybe they yank Rudolph, a little before the third quarter ends, just to get Kenny in there. But I don't like it. I'd rather see Mitch get one quarter. I'd rather see Mason get a second quarter, and Kenny get the whole second half. Because let's be fair, Mason has played a lot of preseason games by now. We've seen what we needed to see from Mason in a preseason game, right? We agree?
Yeah.
Not just preseason games, dude. In every kind of game.
Yeah, I mean, what this is just a showcase for teams that want to trade for him. I'm putting it out there.
Maybe the Seahawks will trade for him.
Yeah.
Maybe
they're deep in talks with the Seahawks.
Are you taking Mason over Geno Smith and Drew Lock?
Yes.
They have more talent than him, but he probably has a higher floor than them.
They have a higher ceiling.
Is Geno Smith even good?
Geno Smith played against
us
us last year, right? He took us to overtime last year, champ.
What?
You remember that game?
Was it overtime?
Last year?
He was Russell Wilson's replacement. Because Russ missed like 2 months.
Classic Russ.
Yeah, but Geno Smith took us to overtime last year. But I think Mason first got some play time when Ben went down in that Seahawks game in 2019.
Yeah, he actually looked good that game, surprisingly.
I think a lot of it is just mental, I feel like. And I think when Kenny does get his first start, I hope it's announced like the day before and not like the whole week leading up. That way it's not really, because I feel like when a quarterback makes his debut, it's better to not have to think about it, just going in there, almost with nothing to lose. Yeah, I think that's why Mason looked good, because give it a couple weeks later and it was not that impressive, his play time.
What else in this game are you looking forward to?
I did mention the running backs earlier, actually.
I think I'm excited for Pickens too, to see him in a Steeler uniform for the first time.
That's gonna look hard.
And Calvin Austin too.
I'm excited just to see Mitch. I want to see this first team. I want to see how it's looking.
I haven't watched any running their first team defenses. That's what I want to know when Mitch is out there.
Do they even have anyone good on their defense?
That's right. The Seahawks are in a rebuild era now, huh? Is this even a time to see? I guess it is good because you're going to be seeing guys that want to get after it, in a sense. And then we really get to see our O line start to mesh. Oh, I want to see who's going to start. One thing I am looking forward to is who's going to start at the beginning, Dotson or Kendrick Green. I honestly find it interesting that it does seem that even on the depth chart they got released a couple of days ago, they're basically tied at that one spot. And I really honestly thought Dotson had it locked up. I think they're giving Kendrick Green a fair shot to get that left guard spot, more so than Kenny has been given to win the starting job. But I digress. I think
Kendrick Green should play like the entire game. Honestly, get all the reps in as he can.
Yeah, he didn't get any left guard reps last year, right?
No.
At all. He just went straight to the center. And did it benefit him? No, he still looked like shit getting all the center reps in the preseason. But besides that, the O-line, I really look forward to all our backup running backs. I don't think Najee should play this at least at all this preseason. Maybe the second game.
Couple series.
Yeah, but I think it should be all backups. We should be seeing Benny Snell. We should be seeing McFarland. I heard Mateo Durant has gotten some reps. Who was that dude from the Seahawks that we signed? Jeremy McNichols, and then he ended up being on IR or like some type of list like a week later. Maybe we'll see him play.
For him too.
That's unlucky.
Yeah, and then I like to see how the D line shuffles. I'm seeing a lot of reports that a lot of the D linemen have been looking really good. I think we just got Alualu back and he's practicing again. I don't think he was practicing at the beginning of camp.
Oh yeah, I'm excited to see like our D line and our linebackers kind of work together now, since we have Bush with some Brian Flores instruction and we have Miles Jack now.
I've seen also one thing on the depth chart that's interesting is Robert Spillane and Devin Bush are tied for that second middle linebacker spot. Or inside
That's
linebacker
tragic.
Spot. That is tragic.
Damn.
Do you feel bad for Bush? Because I feel like the way he's just presenting himself to the media about his whole situation seems kind of bullshit. I know there was a report earlier in the offseason, I think it was during minicamp, and he was like, what's there left to prove? I was a number 1 overall pick, blah, blah, blah. I was a first rounder.
Nah, you can't be saying that sort of shit, dude. Like,
I was really like ticked off in the way he went about that, and I was like, you know
That's-
what? This guy is not rubbing me the right way. And Spillane, his one downfall was, or his one flaw was him not being able to cover the pass, right? He
Yeah.
was more of a run defense guy. We'll see. Spillane did get a handful of, he did start a handful of games when Bush went down, right?
He had a pick six against the Ravens.
Yeah, but Lamar looks shit every time he plays against us. But yeah, I think that's really it. That's all what I have to look forward to in the first preseason game. I can't wait to recap. That'll be our next episode, a little recap of that game mainly, and then we'll get into what other news came out this week. Any other remarks?
No, I was going to say it's going to be an exciting episode, like our first actual commentary on Steeler football instead of just speculation and news.
Oh, but I love to speculate and instigate. But yeah,
you should hang with Pickens, bud.
Do it for us, guys. George Pickens fan club, presidents signing off on this episode of the Still Factory podcast. Any other closing remarks, gentlemen?
Nah.
Have a good week, and go Steelers.